So 2017 was a pretty eventful year for Rallycross in North America. As all of you watching are probably very well aware, the demise of GRC became pretty apparent towards the end of 2017. And moving on into 2018 brought a lot of uncertainties, but in the background we were always very confident of what Rallycross could be to the American public. As 2018 unfolded, the opportunity to team with IMG in a new US-focused Rallycross series became apparent, and the opportunity cemented itself in the second quarter of 2018. We were pleased to be able to work with IMG in establishing the new America's Rallycross series. We felt that the new ARX2, former Lights cars, would be a key component to the new series in providing excitement, in providing stepping stones for new talent coming into the sport, and for allowing DirtFish to showcase what it could do in a driver perspective and also prepping cars. So in talking with IMG, we determined there was an opportunity for DirtFish not only to play as a participant through DirtFish Motorsports and fielding 4 cars in the ARX2 series, but also helping to promote the series and give it a foundation so that it had a sufficient amount of events in 2018 to prove viable. And we worked with IMG to become the title sponsor for COTA 1, but also to be a partner sponsor for 2018. DirtFish playing a crucial part in the establishment of what we believe would be a crossroads year for Rallycross in North America was now in place. We had the cars, we had the funding, we had the events, we had the drivers. Along with the craziness of preparing that, we'd also arranged for the second DirtFish Summerfest to take place at DirtFish the weekend before the COTA race. Summerfest itself had close to 2,000 people visiting DirtFish, and they were able to not only view a spectacular array of cars, but the attendees were also eligible to enter a raffle. So it wasn't just a passive day to come and see and watch motorsports and come and see special cars like Travis Pastrana's Action Heroes car, but it also gave the opportunity to actually sit in the car beside one of our instructors and do a series of hot laps around the course of DirtFish. We're also grateful for the participation of our sponsors and all the support that we received in making the day such a fabulous success for all who attended.
So finishing out there at DirtFish with everybody around, trucks made it to COTA, and the day we arrived there was another event with spectators, a Cars and Coffee event, which brought out hundreds of people. It really helped the team to be around that race community, to know what we're doing is supported by our race community.
What have you learned that you can tell this crowd about what they're going to see?
Oh, it's going to be so much fun. We're so excited to be here. This crowd is awesome. We're out here signing some autographs now, but if you guys can make it, we'd love to see you out at the race today. It's going to be really fun, a lot of door banging, a lot of action, and we'd love to see you out there.
The event started for us at practice on a new purpose-built rallycross track at Circuit of the Americas. Our usual tracks in the series from last year, GRC, were built in parking lots or temporary tracks. Being on a permanent track is really good for the team because all of the data that we can gather from practice and testing can move us forward to other events at the same venue.
The track's really short, so every little corner is going to count. We're a little off the pace right now. We have a cracked front right rotor, which is a problem, so we're going to try to fix it really quick. I'm sure the guys will get back up for the last practice session and get that time down where it's supposed to be.
By the end of practice, we had 3 sessions total. All of our guys were in the top 5 of the field, so it was looking to be a good event for us. So the big difference between the new ARX series and the Global Rallycross series from last year is the format of qualifying. In Global Rallycross, you go from a timed practice into a qualifying session, and your speed in that one round of qualifying sets your position in the heats. 2 rounds of heats, a semifinal, and a final. In the new ARX series, it follows the World Rallycross rules, where there are 4 complete rounds of qualifying, and your overall race time in your qualifying session gives you points moving forward to the next qualifying round. So whether you're in qualifying round 1 or round 2, your race time is what determines the points that you receive for qualifying.
Q1 went really, really well. I got a really good start, didn't take the Joker first lap, so I took normal lap, led for the whole race, and then came out of the Joker right behind Cole Keats and Christian Brooks. And Christian Brooks overtook Cole Keats. I went in the side of Cole Keats, and Cole Keats unfortunately hit Pecoy, who was on the outside of the track. But I took home 2nd place behind Christian Brooks, so I'm really happy about that. It's a great first start to the weekend.
We had a technical issue with Connor's car. The gearbox wouldn't go into gear. With such a short turnaround between rounds of qualifying, unfortunately we couldn't fix the car in time, so Connor had to sit out qualifying session 2. It's not that big of a deal. With the way that it's laid out now, you can afford to have 1 bad round of qualifying and still set yourself well to make the semifinals. In qualifying 2, Scott Anderson put the speed down and set the fastest overall time for qualifying 2 out of all 9 cars entered in the field. We knew he had potential, but it really was a great thing for him and for DirtFish as well to take a driver that hasn't put those times down before, come out strong and on a new track with a new team in a car he's never driven really before, and he killed it.
Yeah, I kind of started out a little slow in practice, but just getting back into the swing of things, getting used to the car again. So yeah, the last session we were first in qualifying. I think we're first heading into the final qualifying, so that's awesome. Just try to keep it up really.
The team was able to sort Connor's car and get him back out for qualifying round 3. Connor continued the pace he had shown all day and won the qualifying round overall. In qualifying round 4, our guys really wanted to cement their position in the overall qualifying standings to get the best possible start position for the semis. Due to the bad luck Fraser had in qualifying 3, his start position was position 5, which is the outside of a 5-car wide start line. He drove smart, got a great start, was able to move himself up to P3, which helps you set a better time since you're not battling with guys on the track.
We kind of know what the car can do and can't do on the track, so we're still learning though. So I think there's still more to extract from this track as in time-wise, but we've really dialed the car in and got the setup that we like, and we have some more fresh tires coming on, so we're gonna see if that helps us to our advantage. And good news, we're starting on pole, so that might give us a nice opportunity, I would say.
So after qualifying, the 2 semi-final rounds were set based on points accumulated in qualifying. Semi-final 1 found 2 of our team guys in that race. It was Fraser and Scott. Fraser started from P1, Scott started from P2. Fraser got a great start, was able to hold the race all the way to the finish to finish that semi in P1. Scott drove smart, clean, stayed out of trouble, took his Joker early to get clean track and finished P2 right behind Fraser. Semi-final 2 saw our other team cars start with Connor in P3 and James starting from the outside the first row in P2. James battled through the event, but unfortunately in the semis they only take 3 cars to the main event. James was in 3rd, nearing the end of the race, and was in a hard-fought battle with Christian Brooks. James ran a little wide. Kristen seized the opportunity, got inside of him, made the pass at the end of the race, and took the last transfer spot direct to the main event. Unfortunately, that was the end of the weekend for James. Connor probably did the best start I've ever seen him do in his entire racing career, coming from a row behind and shot between the 2 cars on the front row to get to the first turn first. He held that to the end of the race and finished semi 2 in P1.
We've had a really good weekend so far. We've won every race except for Q2 because of a clutch issue with the car, but the car's amazing. The DirtFish team has done great, and I'm really excited. We just got 2nd in the semifinals, so now we're heading into the final, and I'm excited. I'm ready.
What a dream start for the DirtFish Motorsports team in the final, locking up the top 3 starting positions. The start went really well. We held 1, 2, 3 for most of the race. We had Fraser in 2nd and Scott in 3rd. Fraser and his spotter decided to take the Joker 2 laps before the end, and on the Joker lap they came out pretty even with Christian Brooks. He had to fight really hard with Christian. Unfortunately, Christian got the better of him, and that moved Fraser back 2 positions behind Christian and Cole to P5. Scott waited to the last lap to take his joker, and again came out on the merge neck and neck with Christian Brooks, and Christian got the better of Scott as well and moved him back to P6. Connor just did his thing again and had a great start, got out front and never looked back to the finish of the race. Winning with Connor, the speed those guys showed through the whole event, the promise everybody on the team show for the rest of the season really has the team looking forward to racing in Canada coming up in just a short time. The DirtFish Motorsports team is looking to put 4 drivers in the event again. The team has proven that we can do this, that we're competitive, that we're fast. Canada's a very unique race. We also share the event with the World Rallycross round. So being able to compare our times to the World ARX2 drivers, it really helps the team see where they are and give some motivation to the guys to go fast.